Hi, my name is Raquel Belmonte, teacher applicant for senior high school level. This is my video demonstration in accounting equation. I will begin from motivation to evaluation. Thank you. Okay, class, moving on, I want you to take a look at the photograph. What do you think is this stall, and what is the nature of the business? Okay, to help you guess the image, I will slowly attach images to the structure. And here's the first image. Any idea? Here's the second image. Yes, Ami, a convenience store. Let us see. This is the third image. Yes, Beth, a snack bar. They sell coffee, tea, bread, and bread pastries. This is the fourth image. Yes, Danny, it is a cafe bar. Okay, right. This is a cafe bar. Okay, again, what is the nature of the business? A business cafe or a cafe bar? Okay. Who do you think is the owner of the business? Yes, Eve. A businessman. Definitely, a businessman is the owner of the business. Okay, now, assuming that your parents are the owner of the business, who do you think how they were able to get the items on the stall? Yes, Carla, maybe they have invested their own personal savings or their own money to acquire those items in the stall. Okay, now, assuming that before acquiring those items in the stall, your parents doesn't have enough money. Where do you think your parents got the money? Okay, Jerry. Yes, they may have borrowed the money to fund the business. And how about those items inside the stall? What are those? What do you call those items in the stall? Yes, Ami? Equipment. Those are equipment. Okay, you're right. Okay, now that you have some ideas on how the business is being funded, do you know that there are three major accounts in accounting? These are assets, liabilities, and owner's equity. Again, the three major accounts are assets, liabilities, and owner's equity. Okay, now let us identify each of the three accounts. Let's start with assets. What are assets? Okay, assets are company's resources or the things that the company owns. Can you give me some example of assets? Okay, we have cash, land, building, equipment. Under assets, class, we may also have accounts receivable, inventory, and prepaid expenses. Those fall under assets. How about liabilities? What are liabilities? Okay, liabilities are company's obligations or the amounts that the company owes. Can you give some examples of liabilities? Yes, we have the bills or loans, payables such as accounts payable, notes payable. It can also be salaries payable and many others. So these are the items that the company owes to fund the business. How about owner's equity? What are owner's equity? Owner's equity are the amount or capital invested by the owner to the company plus the net income, or it is also the amount left after liabilities are deducted from assets. Name some examples. Okay, cash, land, yes, building, equipment. Okay, now class, do you have that these three accounts have a relationship? It is called accounting equation. Okay, so assets is composed of the total liabilities and the total owner's equity. And the word equation comes from the word equal. And we know that in any equation, equal means the other side is equals to another side. Okay, and this can also be expressed as assets minus liabilities equals the owner's equity. What does it shows? From the total assets of the company, if there are any liabilities, it should be settled first, and any amount that will be left should go to the owner. So this is the relationship, and this is how it goes. Okay, now let us answer this. Here are list of assets, liabilities, and owner's equity. Put them in their proper column following the format provided. Okay, in the upper right, we have the accounting accounts. Now, we will classify them. First, we have cash. What is cash? Yes, assets. How about land? What is land? Okay, asset. Accounts payable. Correct. Liabilities. Capital. Yes, for sure it's an owner's equity. Supplies. For sure it's an asset. Building. Yes, another asset. Salaries payable. Of course, it's a liability. Notes receivable. Yes, it is an asset. Income. It is under owner's equity. Expenses. Yes, owner's equity. Drawing, or these are the withdrawals of the owner from the business. It is under owner's equity. And the last, equipment. Yes, it is an asset. Okay, very good. Now, let us answer these two questions. What amount falls under assets, liabilities, and owner's equity? Number 1. On July 1, 1991, Orlando Reyes engaged in business with a capital investment of 100,000. The accounting equation is assets equals liabilities plus capital. How much is the amount invested in the business? 100,000. And what is 100,000? Yes, it is capital. Is there any liability incurred by Mr. Reyes? None. So liabilities is 0. So therefore, the asset is also 100,000. Okay, very good. Number 2, Orlando Reyes bought a cash register for 5,000, borrowed 4,000 from the bank, and paid the rest himself. So how do we illustrate the accounting equation? What is cash register? It is? Yes, it is an asset. How much? 5,000. Okay. And he borrowed 4,000. What is 4,000? 4,000 is accounts payable. And how much is the equity? He said he paid the rest himself. Yes, it is 1,000. Okay, very good. Okay, now class, I have a question. If you are the bookkeeper of the company, how do you think this accounting equation will help you? Yes, Fiona. Correct. This accounting will help you to assess whether the business transaction is recorded properly. It is very important for you to record and the accuracy of the figures of the accounts, and it will fall in the proper chart of accounts because there are many users of financial statements and they will use it to decide whether the company has to pursue or has to stop. And the owner will also determine if the business is earning or losing. Okay. Why does assets should always equal to liabilities and owner's equity? It should, diba? Like what we have studied. Asset is equal to liabilities and owner's equity. Yes, because everything that the company owns or everything that the company has should total to what the owner has invested, and if there are borrowings or if there are amount owed, that will also total the assets of the company. Okay. Now, do you understand? Is it clear to you? Okay. Let us have a group activity. I will group you into 3. You count 1 to 3 and that will be your group, and then you go to your proper group and you have to collaborate and you have to answer this. Okay. These are the transactions. I will illustrate to you the first question. I will answer it, and then you will do the numbers 2, 3, 4, and 5. For the question number 1, Orlando Reyes invested cash in the amount of 500,000. So we have asset equals liabilities plus capital. So he invested the amount of 500,000. So 500,000 is capital. Is there any liability? None. So liability is 0. Therefore, the asset is also 500,000. Okay, that's number 1. And you do the rest from numbers 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Can you give yourselves a big clap for doing a great job? Okay, if you have any more question, and if you understand our lesson, can you please get 1/2 sheet of paper, and you have to answer the following. Using the given data, illustrate the accounting equation by applying necessary operations. That's 5 questions, and you may begin now. Okay? Let us check your answers. You may exchange your paper with your seatmate. Okay, class. And for your assignment, here is your assignment. You have to make a research about balance sheet presentation and create a balance sheet format showing the correct position of assets, liabilities, and owner's equity. Is it clear? Okay, that's all for today, class. Thank you for listening, and see you again tomorrow.